So as I was working at Covington Highway, they said they were having a lot of problems with employee theft, people, the employees stealing stuff, and just merchandise just going out everywhere. So I was walking around one day, and I see this grandma and this mom and two teenage kids. They're probably 16, 17. And then another little kid. So maybe 5 of them. And they were pushing a buggy. And they decided they were going to just go all over the store. Well, I kind of watched them for a minute because I was like, something's up with them. So they were just putting things in the cart. They were not even looking at the price tag. They'd look at the size, but they wouldn't look at the price tag, which everybody looks at the price tag. And they just put everything in the buggy. Then they went and got another buggy and filled it up. So they had 2 buggies. And they were in there for about 2 hours. And, back then, 2 hours in the store, you just didn't do. It's not like Walmart now. You spend 2 hours in Walmart. No. You don't spend 2 hours at Ridgeway. It just don't happen. So anyway, I knew something was up. So they get in line, and they go through the line, and then we had where I had a register in my office that was the same as any other people's register. I could program it to get whatever they were doing. And so I hooked it up to that particular one, and basically she was just ringing up one item out of the cart. So she'd put 5 things in the bag and ring one thing up and put it in the cart. So they ended up stealing for about $1,500 worth of stuff. And that was a lot of money back then. And it was a felony at that time. It was only $100 to be a felony. So I told everybody that I came back out, and I told the manager, I said, I'm going to need some assistance with this. I said, because I had 2 buggies, and there's like 5 people, and they have a little kid with them. Which, I didn't like the little kids. But I was very young and very cocky back then. Most, kids 20 are pretty cocky. But anyway, I was pretty cocky. Anyway, so I go outside, and I'd say, hello, Mickey, I work for Ridgeway. I need to see you. And I had this badge from Ridgeway, which I thought was cool. I'd just go, Ridgeway security, you got to come with me. And I had a pair of handcuffs, which I thought was very cool. So I'd say, you got to come with me. And I'd say, hold on to the buggy. And they started, carrying on and stuff. And then the managers helped me get them in. So we got them in. And I said, what's going on with this? And they said, we don't know. Well, that was her daughter at the register. So I had to call the police. And they took Mama, the grandma, the 2 kids, and the girl at the register to jail. And we had to call somebody to come pick up the kid to go, to take the kid home. So it was basically an all-nighter. It took me forever to do all the stuff that I had to do and everything. And but Ridgeway was a fun job. Not that was fun, but I did like getting people that were trying to, steal from the company. I had also one girl that she was a teenager, and she stole like a whole bunch of makeup. And she went and stole a purse first. She put all the makeup in this bag. And I remember seeing her long fingernails, and she had like really long red fingernails. And she put all this nail polish in there, fingernail files, and all kinds of makeup and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh Lord, this is gonna be a good one. And I was like, you know, your heart pumping away. You're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. You know, and you just feel that adrenaline going, because I just love that. I love that. And so I was getting ready, and I go outside. Well, she did not want to go nicely. We started do-si-doing out in the real middle of the parking lot. She slung me all over the pavement. My knees were scraped up. My legs were scraped up. I finally got her inside the building. She took me, and we had metal racks that the clothes used to hang on to. We fell into the metal rack. She took my head and pushed it to the pavement on the concrete floor. That's which way had concrete floor, you know, hard floor, and just pounded it on the ground. And I was seeing like stars and stuff. Then she took them red fingernails and went straight down my face. I had blood, looked like I'd been, you know, scratched by a tiger or something. I'm hanging on to her for dear life, screaming at everybody to help me. Finally, they help me. And she goes in, and we call the police, and I said, yeah, I got a prosecutor. And so I went to the magistrate then, and that was in DeKalb County. And by this time, I kind of started knowing other judges and the people, and the clerks, and everybody that worked there at DeKalb, the magistrate getting a warrant on somebody and stuff. So I knew how to do it. And so I came in there, and I started filling out, and they saw my face, and they said, what happened? And they said, oh, B.J. Smith is here. That was Judge Smith. He's not going to like his Mickey being hurt. I said, yeah, well, I'm hurt. And it was a felony. She stole like $100 and some worth of stuff. And she had to go before the judge. And he saw my face. He looked at her, and he said, not only are you not getting a bond, you hurt Mickey, and we're not going to have that. She's trying to save Richways from thieving people like you, and you messed her face up. You're going to get another charge on you, simple battery, and if I have anything to do with it, you're going to sit your butt in jail for the rest of the month. I was like, oh, Lord. And then she started crying and carrying on. And he said, Mickey, you are free to go. And I said, thank you, Judge. And I went outside, and I looked through the door, and I went right at her. And then I went, because I was pissed, because she hurt me pretty good. I was losing that battle. But anyway, I won in the end, thank God. Anyway, so she ended up going to jail and all that good stuff.